Alright everybody, so in this video I'm gonna try to renew and make an old computer. This is a 10 years old computer. I'm gonna try to make it more usable than it is now in 2022. So basically I'm gonna try to make it faster than it is now. This is a 2010 model, so it's got it's about 12 years old, 250 gigabytes of HDD drive, and I'm just gonna basically replace the drive and install on the drive a Linux operating system. So the tools we are gonna need are an SSD drive. It doesn't have to be new, but I didn't have one used, so I bought one. Prices for 240 gigabytes, 250 gigabytes are approximately 40 to 60 euros, even more, depends on the quality and the speed. And then you need one of these, and let's see where I put it. Oh yeah, there you go. And a USB drive with at least, say 12 gigabytes, 10 gigabytes of space. All right. So now, first thing first, we are gonna download the software that we need. In this case, it's gonna be a Linux version. I rather use Linux Mint because it's the closest version to Windows graphic interface. All right, so let's go to linuxmint.com, and in the home page you have the explanations of what Linux Mint is all about and what you can do with it, you know. I'm just gonna go into the download tab and pick one of the three version which is available to download. As you can see, we have the Cinnamon edition, which is the most beautiful and slick, as it says here, but it's also the one that requires most resources, so it's not very light. Not very light as this one here, the Mate edition, which is a continuation of the GNOME 2, which is Linux Mint default desktop between 2006 and 2011. And although it misses a few features and its development is lower than Cinnamon's, it runs faster, uses few resources, and is more stable than Cinnamon. And then you have the XFCE edition, which is even lighter and more stable than this one. So I've already used this, and I know that it works on this old laptop with the HDD drive inside. So I guess it's gonna run much faster if installed in this laptop on a new SSD drive. Okay, so I'm just gonna download this. It's, as you can see, it's only 2 gigabytes. And you also have the option of the download with using torrent. Okay, so let's now pick one of the download mirrors, and we choose the world one. All right, so I'm just gonna click on that. It's gonna ask me to allow the download from here. So I'm gonna click allow, and it's gonna start the download. All right. All right, now that our ISO is downloaded, we need to check the integrity of our image, of our ISO image. So to do that, we need to first download these two links, these two files. So you go into download linked file as or save as, and do this. You go to download folders and create an ISO folder, all right, where you save the ISO image and the two files that you just downloaded, okay. All these three files, they have to be in this folder. All right, so once we do that, we can go to terminal. Now when you open up the terminal, you probably will be in your home directory and you need to change it. Change directory to downloads. The easiest way is to write cd space and then go to actually your HD drive, users, your user, and then go to downloads folder and drag and drop it right there. Okay, and this way we're going to change directory and we end up into the download directory. Okay, press enter. Okay, I am now in downloads. Now what we need to do, we need to copy and paste these two lines that I've copied myself from another web, and copy this file and paste it basically and see where we go from here. All right, we are in the ISO folder, and let's just copy and paste these also to check if our ISO is the original one, okay, that has not been tampered with. So just copy and paste this line. I will leave the links down in the description to all these comments. All right, so enter. Okay, now it's worked. So now in all these lines you will have to find out the OK part of it, and it's saying that the ISO I've downloaded, this Linux Mint version, is OK. All right, so we are now sure that this ISO is the right one, the genuine one. Okay, so let's go back to installing our Linux to our new SSD drive. All right, now we need to download the Balena Etcher software. Okay, you can go to the balena.io webpage and download Etcher software. You can find it for Mac OS, and you can also find it for Windows and for Linux. All right, so I've already downloaded it and installed it, so I'm gonna just show you how to burn the ISO image of our Linux onto our external USB drive. So let's launch Etcher, and it's very easy. We click on Flash from File, select this one, and then we're going to select our ISO image, and we open it up. We select the target, which means where do we want to install our bootable ISO image. This is going to be mine, the external USB drive, and select it, and we flash it. There you go. So enter your admin password. We give it OK, access file, and flash it. Now it's flashing it. And this is gonna take a couple of minutes, I guess. So I'll resume the recording when it's over. All right, it says here that the disk you attached was not readable by this computer. So I believe it's a bug, but I'm not sure about it, because on this other side it says it's the flash is complete and was successful target. So let's just eject it and see if this USB that we flashed is workable, it's working. So what I'm gonna do now is just gonna take the USB drive, put it in the laptop, and see if it works. So basically what we're gonna do now is that we are going to remove this lid here, this one here, and then remove the HDD drive that's inside. So we got a proper screwdriver and we got to work to unscrew all this screw here. So this is a screw saw. See if we can lift it from here, and off we go. Now this is our disk drive, so we unlock the battery first before doing anything else, and remove the battery first before you do anything else in your computer, even before unscrewing this lid here. Now we need to unscrew any screw that keeps the hard drive in place in here, which is one for this laptop. And then we just, this usually the tabs, just pull away from the connectors here. All right, there you go. All right, so now we have this old HDD drive and this new one, but this new one is thinner, as you can see, much thinner, and so in order for it to be stable within the case of the computer, we need to take this support off of the old HDD drive and put it in the new one. So, you know, it's just a couple of screws. Every computer has got its own support for HDD drive. Talking about the old ones, and so, but pretty much the principle is the same. You just need to replace the support and swap it over from the old one to the new one. All right. Right. Now let's pick up our laptop. And first the bottom part, and then we slide it inside, just like so. There you go. So put it back together, and then we'll try and install our Linux on this drive from the USB port. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, now what we have to do is switch on our computer, and while it's booting we need to press one of the F keys depending on the type and the brand of laptop that you have. So in my case it's F2, so I boot it and I press F2. I kept it pressed, so we need to go into the BIOS. And now up here, let's see if I can. Now up here we need to go into boot, so with the arrow right we go into boot. Okay, now you see the way the boot priority is now. First place is the Kingston, our new SSD drive, but I want to the laptop to boot from our Kingston data traveler, which is inserted into my laptop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight it, and then pressing the F5 and F6 keys, we have the instructions down here. You can put it up in first place, all right, and then with the F10 key you save the new settings, and then you hit yes. All right, so now the laptop will boot through the USB key, and our Linux Mint should be operational. Now, there's no direct way of installing from here our Linux Mint, so we just start our Linux Mint, and from there we're going to install it onto the hard drive. Alright, so now what we have here, it's an icon that tells us install Linux Mint. We're gonna hit this one. This key, this USB key seems to be really slow. Probably, I don't know whether it's the key itself or it's the software that it hasn't made a very good key, but we'll see. So now it's launching the installation. You select the language, so select the keyboard layout, English, US or UK, whatever you have, and then click continue. Select your Wi-Fi if you have one. You don't have to, but if you have one, it'll update the software right away. So I'm gonna connect to this one. Connect. Okay, and I'm gonna continue. This computer currently has no detected operating system. What would you like to do? So we can erase the disk and install Linux Mint. And it's a warning, this will delete all your programs, documents, photos, music and any other files in all operating system. Yeah, I think this is the one I go for, because our SSD drive is virgin. So we install now, and we let the installing software do everything. This installation I'm doing, it's very simple. It's the basic one. It's the most user-friendly one. And if you want to do more installation, more advanced, then you need to check other tutorials. But this installation, everybody can do it. So it's just saying that it's gonna do some changes in the hard drive, and that's fine with me. So it's gonna click continue. Choose a password, put the password down, the password that you want down. It says it's a weak password, but you can replace it and change it anytime you like, just like in Windows. So now it's gonna copy the files. Probably it's gonna take about 10 minutes altogether. We will see. And I will stop recording for now, and then I resume the recording when this is over. Alright, the installation was finished, and I was prompted to restart the computer. So I restarted it, and now it's asking me to remove my USB drive and press enter. Okay, so removed it, and I'm gonna press enter. So first time it's going to start, it's going to be slow because it needs to set up and put some order into the file system. Then once you used it for a few times, everything will be quicker and smoother. Okay, so let's put our password. That's nice. Even the graphic interface is nice. It's smooth. Yeah. You get a splash screen with a welcome to Linux Mint, which is good. You get first steps, documentation, help, and contribute. Anyway, this is, I guess, the installation has been successful. Alright, so now let's see how fast it is to browse the internet, for example. So let's launch Google Chrome and maybe watch one of my videos on YouTube, so we won't incur in any copyright infringement. So I'm just gonna type in YouTube and let me find one of my videos. So just to show you that this very old laptop can easily run videos, and you can watch movies on YouTube with no problems whatsoever. So let's pick up this one here. So this just goes to show that you can use this laptop as a modern laptop. It does the very same things. You can watch movies, you can listen to music, you can send emails, you can do anything and everything you do with a more modern laptop. So if you don't have any particular requirements of power, and if you don't do any video editing or any photo editing, then you'll be fine by giving a new life to this laptop, and you will save it from the dumpster, which is a good thing usually. So okay, so let's exit out of Google Chrome and maybe let's open up this one here, this folder. So as you can see, everything runs very smooth. There's no problems, no issues. Everything feels faster than before. So replacing an HDD drive for an SSD drive is the best thing you could possibly do to increase the performance of an old computer. So that's it for me now. If you like this sort of content, please consider subscribing. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.